At the beginning of the story, we see Ed and Lorraine, a married couple who are demonologists. Demonologists are people who exorcise ghosts. They are sitting at the house of Debbie and Camilla, who own the Annabelle doll. These people are troubled by the evil spirit of Annabelle. Ed tells them, "You don't need to worry anymore. We are taking this doll with us." After that, they bring the doll to their home, where a church priest is waiting for them. Their house has a special room where all kinds of possessed objects are kept. No one is allowed to enter this room. They place the Annabelle doll inside a glass box and lock it from the outside. Then they recite holy lines from the Bible. The next morning, a babysitter named Mary arrives at their house. Ed and Lorraine have to go out for a case, so they call Mary to take care of their daughter, Judy. Mary takes Judy to school. At school, Judy sees the spirit of a priest. She takes a cross out of her bag, and the spirit disappears. Judy has no friends at school because everyone teases her, saying her parents work with ghosts. Since it's Judy's birthday, she invites a friend to her party, but her friend refuses to come to her house. Feeling disappointed, Judy returns home with Mary, while the spirit of the priest keeps following her. The next day, Mary is baking a cake for Judy's birthday. Just then, the doorbell rings. When she opens the door, no one is there. But when she comes back inside, she sees Daniela. Daniela says that she entered through the back door. Actually, Daniela is very interested in talking to ghosts and the spirits of the dead. That's why she asked Judy where the room is where all the haunted objects are kept. Judy tells her that no one is allowed to go there. Daniela gives Judy a pair of skates as a birthday gift. Judy now wants to go outside and starts leaving with Mary. Although she asked Daniela to come along, Daniela insists on staying in the house. As Judy and Mary leave, Daniela starts looking for the room where the Annabelle doll is kept. She eventually finds the room and says, "If there is any spirit here, show me your presence." But she doesn't notice anything. She begins to leave the room, but just then, Annabelle's glass case tilts forward. Seeing this, Daniela goes near the case, unlocks it with a key, and takes out the Annabelle doll. Just then, the cake inside the oven in the kitchen catches fire, setting off the alarm. In a panic, Daniela quickly puts the Annabelle doll back, but forgets to lock the case. She rushes out of the room. Meanwhile, Mary also reaches the kitchen and turns off the oven. Outside, Daniela joins Judy. Inside the house, Mary is ordering pizza over the phone when she hears a voice from outside saying, "Annabelle is home." When Mary opens the door, she sees a little girl standing there. And that little girl is none other than Annabelle's spirit. She had died in a car accident many years ago. After her death, her parents wanted to trap her soul inside a doll so that she could always be with them. However, instead of Annabelle's soul, a demonic spirit entered the doll. Now, when Mary sees that little girl, she says that no one named Annabelle lives here. But the little girl insists that Annabelle is here. She is right behind you. When Mary turns around, she sees no one. But when she looks outside the door again, the little girl has disappeared. Judy and Daniela arrive and ask Mary what happened, but she doesn't tell them anything. Meanwhile, the haunted objects in the house unleash multiple spirits. Judy hears noises from her room, and when she goes inside, she sees a small girl walking outside her room. It's Annabelle. Suddenly, Annabelle appears in front of her. Judy quickly takes out her cross and holds it up while screaming loudly, and Annabelle vanishes. Mary rushes to Judy and asks her what happened. Judy tells Mary that just like her mother, she can also see spirits, which is why she screamed. That night, Mary's boyfriend Bob comes outside her house to meet her, but Mary tells him she can't come out. A while later, Bob returns and plays the guitar to impress Mary. As Mary steps outside to meet him, the black shuck spirit, one of the spirits Annabelle had set free, attacks Bob. He runs and hides in the bushes to save himself. And when Bob is not visible to me and Daniela, I ask my friend Neela to leave the house. But Neela once again sneaks back inside and goes to the room where all the haunted objects are. She notices that inside the case where the Annabelle doll was supposed to be, it is now missing. Daniela is looking at other objects in the room when suddenly the door locks by itself. After this, Neela also sees a spirit in the form of her father, but within moments, the spirit changes. In reality, it is not her father's spirit, but that of a demon. Daniela realizes that something in the room wants to harm her, so she runs toward the door, but it is locked. Meanwhile, Mary is shown unaware that her friend Daniela, whom she had asked to leave the house, is still inside. Mary puts Judy to sleep in her room and comes downstairs. Just then, the music system turns on by itself. Before Mary can comprehend what is happening, a coin falls and starts rolling forward. Mary follows the coin and sees several shadowy figures standing there, all with coins in their eyes. Seeing this, she becomes extremely frightened and starts running away. But she trips and falls. Then a strange force drags her backward. However, she has a flashlight in her hand, and when she shines it on the shadow, it vanishes. Mary then runs to Judy's room, but the door is locked from the inside. Inside Judy's room, the Annabelle doll is present, along with its spirit, which intends to harm Judy. But somehow Judy manages to escape the room, where Mary is waiting outside. Both of them come downstairs where Judy's mom, Lorraine, calls. Lorraine asks if her daughter is okay, but in the next moment, her voice changes, and she asks, "Is Annabelle there? I need your soul." In reality, this is not Lorraine's voice, but Annabelle's, who has completely taken control of the house. Meanwhile, Daniela is shown still trapped in the same room, where possessed objects have completely overpowered her. At that moment, Mary and Judy arrive. Mary asks Daniela what she is doing there, but before Daniela can respond, Judy notices that Annabelle is not in her case. She tells them that Annabelle is behind all of this. Mary asks Daniela if she caused this, and Daniela explains that she only wanted to communicate with her father's soul. Her father had died in a car accident, and he was the one driving the car. She also admits that she took the Annabelle doll out and touched several things in the room. Judy says that they must put Annabelle back in her case to stop everything. But suddenly, many ghostly entities start appearing. They try to escape the room to save themselves, but Mary suffers an asthma attack. Judy knows that Mary's inhaler is in the car, so she rushes to get it. However, before she can return, the same black shadow that attacked Mary's boyfriend now attacks Judy. Somehow, she manages to escape from the car and runs away. But before that thing could harm Judy, Mary's boyfriend attacks the black figure from behind with a stick, causing it to disappear. Judy runs inside and gives Mary an inhaler, which helps her return to normal. Meanwhile, Daniela is shown upstairs in the house. She had gone to check on Judy. She believes Judy didn't go outside, but instead went upstairs to her room to get the inhaler. As she reaches upstairs, Annabelle's spirit attacks her and completely takes control of her. At the same time, Judy and Mary are desperately trying to find Annabelle. Just then, the spirit of the same priest that Judy had seen at school appears. This is actually a good spirit, and it wants to help them. They reach the place where the Annabelle doll is kept, but putting it back in its case isn't easy. Before they can grab the doll, the cupboard it is inside locks itself. Somehow they manage to find the key, but as soon as they open the cupboard, it transforms into a dark room. Mary, holding a red lantern, steps inside and sees many coffins. Inside the coffins are the same signs of those whose eyes are covered with coins. Gathering all her courage, Mary slowly moves forward and then spots another coffin. Inside it, she sees her own reflection holding the Annabelle doll, the very doll she came to retrieve. As soon as Mary grabs the Annabelle doll, her reflection lets out a loud scream. Meanwhile, outside the room, Judy is shown praying. Just then, my voice comes from inside saying, "Put the Annabelle doll back in its place." Judy picks up Annabelle and rushes to put her back. But at that moment, Daniela is completely possessed by Annabelle's spirit. She attacks Judy. Just then, I arrive and try to save Judy, but Daniela overpowers me. Before she can kill both of us, Dee turns on a recorder that contains tapes of Bible holy lines recorded by her mom and dad, lines that control spirits. As soon as these lines start playing, all the spirits in the room come under control. Judy grabs the doll and runs. Just then, a hand emerges from the game board and grabs Judy, but she frees herself and escapes. She reaches the case where the Annabelle doll needs to be placed. However, before she can put the doll inside, the demon grabs Judy by the neck. Judy takes out her cross and holds it up against the demon. Hearing the holy lines, Daniela also returns to normal. She and I help Judy, and somehow Judy manages to put Annabelle back inside the case and lock it. As soon as Annabelle returns to her original place, everything returns to normal. Just then, my boyfriend Bob arrives from outside and tells us that there was a strange creature outside, but he killed it. The next morning, Judy's parents arrive. I tell them everything that happened last night. Later, Ed and Lorraine are shown preparing for their daughter Judy's birthday, but no one comes to celebrate. Just then, the doorbell rings. Outside are Daniela and Mary, along with many of Judy's classmates who have come to celebrate Judy's birthday. After this, Lorraine calls Daniela into a room where spooky things are present. Daniela apologizes to Lorraine. Lorraine responds that sometimes these things happen. She then gives Daniela a photo of her father, which had been left behind. Lorraine says, "I spoke with your father's spirit. He sent a message for you. He said never to blame yourself for his death. It was just an accident. He misses you very much." After this, both of them hug each other. In the final scene, everyone is seen enjoying Judy's birthday party. With this, the movie ends. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Also, subscribe to this channel for more horror stories like this.